Hello. Thank you for watching this video designed to help people understand the Book of Mormon. The people who wrote the Book of Mormon are Hebrews who started out in Jerusalem, and they took with them the Hebrew scriptures, at least what was there up until that point, including books that we now don't have. And sometimes they quoted from the Hebrew scriptures. Isaiah is the most quoted of those books. Most of these quotes, times when Isaiah was quoted, were in the writings of Nephi, in 1st and 2nd Nephi. He was the first of the prophets to write in the Book of Mormon. He quotes Isaiah chapter 12, 13, 14, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 50, in chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Nephi quoted Isaiah because he loved him, and reading Isaiah helped him get close to the Lord, and he wanted us to have that. Maybe God inspired him for other reasons too. Then Isaiah chapter 53 is also quoted, but not by Nephi. There's a joke in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that we sometimes say. We joke about getting to the Isaiah chapters and stopping. Maybe we joke about that because it really happens sometimes. Because until you get to this long string of chapters that are quoting from Isaiah, you have a story, and stories are always easier to read. They catch your attention better, and then you go from the story to prophecy, sometimes symbolic, and I've never had that problem where I was reading and I got to that point and I stopped, or I got tired, or I didn't want to read Isaiah. But Isaiah chapter 53, the context of it being quoted is a little bit different. Around the year 120 BC, there was an evil king named Noah. He and his priests were not encouraging people to obey God. They were actually encouraging disobedience to the commandments. And God called a prophet named Abinadi to teach the people. Abinadi eventually got executed for his, not a crime, but crime according to a wicked king. But part of this conversation he had when he was chained up in the king's throne room, talking to the king and the high priest, is he was scolding them for not teaching the people. They did teach the people the law of Moses, so they made sure they kept up with their sacrifices. But they didn't understand the real meaning behind the law of Moses. And the real meaning behind the law of Moses is that we're supposed to be thinking, we were, back when the law of Moses was in effect, we were supposed to be thinking about the sacrifice Jesus Christ was going to make for us when we were sacrificing the different animals that are sacrificed in the law of Moses. And Isaiah 53 is a perfect chapter for that. He also quoted the Ten Commandments to them, but he did not quote all of Exodus chapter 20. There are two chapters from the Bible that ended up in the Book of Mormon in a different way. Those people that started the Book of Mormon civilizations, they left at 600 BC. Malachi, the last book in the Old Testament, was written at around 400 BC. So they didn't bring Malachi with them. But they did end up getting Malachi's words because Jesus Christ quoted Malachi to them and told them it was prophecy of Malachi when he came to visit the Americas after his resurrection. So Malachi chapter 3 and chapter 4 are in the Book of Mormon. Now, Jesus Christ, when he came to visit the Americas, he also gave them a sermon very similar to Matthew's chapter 5, 6, and 7. But he did not say, I'm going to tell you what I told the people in Jerusalem it's written by Matthew. He just started teaching them. There are some slight differences which give us a clearer understanding of what the Lord said in Matthew. So if you want to understand Matthew's chapter 5, 6, and 7 better, open up the Book of Mormon to 3rd Nephi. It's chapter 12 or 13 where those chapters start. The Book of Mormon also quotes from the Bible sporadically, or cites things that we read about in the Bible, because these were Hebrews. Their ancestors were the ones who walked across the Red Sea. So why not encourage faithfulness in God and faith in God by citing those miracles which we can read about in the Bible? There are 3 prophets written about in the Book of Mormon, or quoted in the Book of Mormon actually, that we don't have in our Bible now. They are Zenoch, and Nahum. But they were in the Bible in 600 BC, and we have some of their words now because they were quoted in the Book of Mormon. Oh, and those are beautiful quotes. Those 3 prophesied about Christ being buried, executed, crucified, and rising, and lifted up on a cross, and rising again, and being raised from the dead. So, thank you for watching this video. You now know more about the Book of Mormon. To learn even more than this, go to comeuntochrist.org and or churchofjesuschrist.org. You have a good day.